Hey, Holly, what's going on? Good to see you in here. Hope you've had a good week so far. Let's see who else is going to come in this morning. Oh, we've got some AI note takers coming in. That's always fun to see. They're pretty popular. Get the notes on the meeting. Hope everyone's had a good week. Almost to the weekend, one more day here. In terms of the sales kind of outline in terms of Dubb, one of the things that we always like mentioning, especially when these videos are on YouTube, is how you can really use Dubb in different parts of the sales cycle. You know, whether it's prospecting, closing, nurturing, following up, getting new leads. And that's something that we're really big on. And one of the sales cycles that we always talk about, and I'm going to pop into this for a second when I get a chance, is going to be our growth cycle that we kind of created with Dubb. And that's one of the biggest things. So, yeah, let me pop over here real quick. Hey, Holly. Yeah, you should be able to unmute yourself now, I believe. Hey,
Thank you.
what's going on, Holly?
Hey, I just had come some questions, so whenever it's appropriate to ask them.
Yeah, let's see. We've got it looks like you and a bunch of AI note takers are in here so far. So yeah, if you want to go for it, since you're the human, you're the first in line. If I can't answer any of them, I'll get with the team and send you what I can. But what do you got?
This one I think is pretty basic. I have successfully sent out my first 40 emails, and those emails were very were customized.
Okay.
So there's no need to have a big what do you call that, an S or CSV, I guess, file, and
Oh,
all
yeah.
at once like a mass campaign thing. So I,
Yep.
I am going to be doing that later today, but just initially I kind of just did it on a one-off, just to make it more personalized and whatnot. So my question
Yeah.
is, because I was doing it that way, I only had their email. I hadn't gone through the effort of going under CRM, under contacts, and then putting in first name, last name, company name. So
Mhm.
now I want to go back and do that because I've got a little bit more time now.
Yep.
But when I go onto the page, I don't see where I can edit that. I see where the email I'm showing, I see where the email is, the last name, first name,
Mhm.
and other columns. And I see where I can edit the columns and place them in different order, but I don't see where I can actually edit, go back in and add a first name or a last name or a company name.
You mean like for the templatized send, where hey, so and so when you send out the bulks, when you want to do that?
No, this is just for the ones that I customize. So I just need to go back and now that I see that their email is in the program,
Yeah.
save the program because I've sent them an email. I just want to go back and make sure I have their first and last name added to it. But I don't see where I can edit that.
But you don't have them, you've loaded those 40 into Dubb as contacts with the CSV, or you haven't done that?
No, I have not done that. All
Just
I've
use
done
their email. Just sent it by email. Put their email in
exactly.
and send it to
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Yeah, if you just did that and you didn't enter them in there, I believe you'd have to upload them in there. Otherwise, because if you just do,
Oh,
yeah, because like if you do, like if I do this, let me just show you. Like if I do, let me just share my screen. If I have a video in here and I sent it out to somebody, like I'm just gonna pull up, let's just say this video right here, and I click share and send,
Yep.
you can drop an email in here.
Yep, that's what I did. Yep.
Yeah, so when you do that, I mean, you're only gonna have I don't think there's an option where see how a bunch of stuff comes up, right?
Yep.
Like I don't when you go over the tooltip, see how it says saved in your contacts? Enter your user's name if saved in your contacts to get user level reporting. I don't know because if you can just send someone, you send the email and you get the tracking, but that doesn't mean it's
Yes.
saving it in here. So it's got to be, I would think you have to upload the contacts because that
Oh,
once they're
okay.
yeah, because they're added, and this is a little video here, but once they're added, then you're kind of in here and you kind of do some stuff. You know, you can play around
Okay.
with stuff because I think when you just do a basic send, it'll give you that contact level tracking, but it's not gonna, you can't manipulate any of the info. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because I did look at the analytics and all I saw was their email address, which that's all I would see because I haven't actually incorporated their name or company in there yet. But now that I see how the analytics work, I want to now go back and do that so that I do see their company name and it's a little bit more useful for me. Okay, well I will do that then. And
And
know
then
that.
Holly, are you putting video in the subject line too when you send it?
I am. So the subject line that I'm using currently, which I asked one of my doctor friends what they thought they would, what a good headline would be to entice somebody to open it. So I said, new absorbable berberine, and then in parentheses, 2-minute video.
Mm, hmm hmm
So that's what I'm using. So far, not a whole lot of engagement,
New
but
absorbable? You said new absorbable?
yeah, just because
Again?
that is yeah, new absorbable berberine, just because that is the main uh I guess feature of this new product that I want people to really know. And doctors know that berberine, regular berberine, is not very absorbable.
Oh,
Um,
got it. Okay. So that'll be
so
related right to them. When you send it, do you have the doc's email or are you doing it on LinkedIn or how are you kind of sending it to them?
I may have their direct email.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yep.
Um, are they small medical practices or bigger hospitals? Or kind of a,
Small. They're all naturopathic clinics, so they're small, like 1 to 5 doctors in each clinic.
oh, then you should have yeah, that should be better response stuff than if you're trying to go to the mega big
Oh
hospital.
no,
I mean,
yeah, I don't do those because they don't order supplements. They just dispense drugs. So
right. You're not going to get much of feedback on that other than like block or spam.
yeah, no, these are all warm leads that people that I've already engaged with before. That's why I'm doing the customized email for them. And then what I'll do is for the list of people that I've sent emails to in the past that I've never had any engagement with,
Mhm.
they are going to be getting the mass campaign one where it's not customized, but so
I would do if they haven't if it's really cold and Arctic, I wouldn't waste a video on the first one. I would just send text and then get them to respond and make it short. Like I would send them like if you're reaching out to me, hey Rob, Dr. So and so, question for maybe in the subject line or something short and meaningful with a question because when we were A/B testing this stuff, we found out that if it's completely cold, you're better off asking a question, making a statement than like asking a question. Like it's a short email. And then if they respond, then you send a video because
uh,
then it's more meaningful because if you get it in your inbox and it's arctically cold, yeah, video is different, but it's more meaningful if the person has taken a little action. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would just think
Well,
about that perspective. Yeah.
right. No, I appreciate that very much. And I have noticed that in the past when I put a question in the subject line, I get a lot more response than if I don't. Uh,
Yes. Yep.
for sure. So that's been really helpful to do that. But all of these they're not like Arctic cold. They are warm leads because number one, they've all purchased a product of ours through Fullscript, which is our distributor
Yep.
in the past. And I have sent them a welcome email in the past as well,
Okay.
and other emails. It's just that they haven't actually engaged with me. And
Okay.
so it's not, super cold lead. It's a warmer lead. It's just that I haven't engaged with them. So do you still feel like with that backstory, do you still feel like I shouldn't do the video first off or
No, no, no. They're warm, definitely.
yeah, they're warm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anything warm. Like you could even take like since you were doing them individually, obviously. Whatever the last convo was. If you had a conversation with a naturopath about some certain ointment or something, and you look back on the chain of communication, that's almost a good first thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because it rings the bell on the last combo that you had. And if it doesn't, it's definitely something specific. It's not like just I'm like, hey, I know you're warm, I'm just whatever. If you do have something specific, then that's cool, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, well that's cool. The feedback I have gotten so far is they're loving the videos, and I've gotten the responses that I was hoping to get, which is yes, please send me a sample. This product sounds amazing.
That's all.
One of my friends who is a naturopath, she did say that the second part of the video, the volume was significantly lower, which you and I already knew.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
this point, because it's already been recorded that way, and I just need to get these out, I don't
Yeah.
even know if going into Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere would if it would be simple enough because I don't know Premiere at this point and I'm not willing to learn it on the fly
Yeah.
right now. If it would be simple enough just to change that audio for that one video in Premiere, resave it, and then re-upload it to Dubb. Do you think
Yeah.
that that's a possibility?
I haven't really used Premiere.
Okay.
Ruben's a big Premiere guy. We have, editors that use it, but
Yeah.
maybe if you do a little Google search, maybe there's like a
Yeah.
smaller app that just does sound. Maybe you
Yeah.
can just like upload it really quick and just bounce it out of there. You could always reshoot it, but you recorded that video. It was like what, a minute something, I think. Uh,
Yeah, it was a
yeah.
minute and a half. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, like if that's see what you can do to play with it, but yeah, that's too bad on the volume on it.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought though too, though, that if somebody's watching it, can't they just adjust the volume on their laptop keyboard?
They could. Yeah, no, they could. I wonder how much louder it would get. You know what I mean? Like they could. It'd be nice. It's always nice to have consistent sound.
I know.
But
Yep.
sometimes, I mean, sometimes you can't help it because sometimes, you could shoot a video with a mic and then record it, and then the next video is you outside on a mobile app, and maybe it's just a little different. So there is going to be a shift in
Totally.
volume, and it's different because the video you did with Cookie Store, that's mobile, or whatever, and then it goes to something completely different setting. So it would
Yep.
make sense if the sound's a little different. But
Yeah, I was so grateful though that you made that recommendation about just having two separate videos and having them go play one after another. I thought that was
yeah,
great
it's just
because
easier.
yeah, it's so much easier. Oh my
It's
God, it
easier.
would save me so much time. So I so appreciate that.
Oh,
Uh,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
and
Some
I
people
just
like to edit. Some people like to edit. Like I'm not a big fan of editing. I like to do it as quick as I can and then
yeah,
just get it out. And at the end of the day, you stand in front of there with cookie stuff. That's more interesting. They're not thinking
yeah.
about the other stuff. The video is going to play right after. It runs right into it. So yeah.
No, I think that was awesome. I think I will probably end up doing that for the future. So thank you for that recommendation. And then just really quick, I just am so curious how you get your background, your virtual background is so seamless. Like you don't have that rough edging around it. And I
No.
cannot pull that off on my end. And I'm just
Well,
what your secret is.
I don't know if maybe it's just luck because I'll tell you, I have behind me, like if you can see behind me here, I'm in the
Yeah.
middle of the room and I just have a little light that sits right here, right? Like one of those lights that you can tap on and off. And it's
Mm,
got like, and see them in the corner, you can't really see the line. You can see it a little bit, but it bounces off both sides of the flat wall. So when I'm like this, there's really nothing behind me causing any issues. Some people think this is a virtual background, but it's not.
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
okay.
this is not. I mean, so if you look at the difference here, when I go in here and I click this button here, like we normally do with our virtual
Yep.
background,
Hmm.
it's a little bit okay just because I have a flat area. But the thing is, you can only do so much because I
Yep.
have my edge blur all the way down. I have pretty good front light source, and you got to keep your hands in
Hmm.
here, otherwise you're in the soup,
Yep.
so like that. So it's
Yep.
a little choppy on the edges. It's just part of the deal, in terms of virtual backgrounds, unless you're Zoom and they're amazing. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're using so that background that you have right now is an
Physical.
actual like that is the color of that back of your background where you're
Yeah, the
sitting.
walls are like a little, maybe slight beige, and then it's got that amber kind of color. So I
Um,
always like that feel. It's kind of neat, kind of comes from here and kind of moves out. And I
yep.
just make sure the blinds are closed good so the light isn't kind of killing
Yep.
the light there. Yeah, just
Got it.
simple.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I'll try something like that because right now I'm just having to go to the library, which has that really, basic gray background, which is fine. It's just that if I want some color,
If you
I-
can find a corner, just clear it out just a little bit. You don't need a lot of space. I mean, both my arms are beyond this right now. It's only this much space. So if you can find
yeah.
something right there, and then you'll be okay. And you don't even have to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always wondered about that because I'm like, how the hell does he get this background to look so awesome?
Yeah, I had a couple people say it's virtual, right? I'm like, no. Look,
Yeah,
I'm in the physical
yeah,
space.
yeah.
So,
I didn't think it could be because it was just too perfect.
no, that's cool. Appreciate it. Well, thanks, Holly.
Cool.
I'm
All
gonna jump
right.
back over here.
Yep.
Always good to
Thank
hear your
you.
voice. Okay.
Okay.
And let's
I'll,
see, who else has popped in the meantime? I think Hector. Anybody, if you're new to Dubb, please put a one in the chat. We have some people who pop in. One if you're just starting with Dubb and you're new. Two if you're returning. I know Patrick's back, Kevin's back. Obviously Holly's back. Michael Lucas, I think, is returning as well. I believe Michael. I think you've been in here before. Hector, have you been in here before? I'm trying to remember if you have or not. If you can please put a one in the chat if you're new, two if you're returning. But and then if anybody kind of has any questions, as three, nice, Patrick. That's perfect. Three if you're a job soldier, right? And then put questions in the chat if anybody has any. If anybody is been using Dubb, but you kind of haven't been in these trainings here, they're Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. PST. They're about an hour. We're going to go through the kind of the basics and just kind of little different parts of Dubb, how to record, how to send, that kind of stuff. And then all of these trainings will be on our YouTube page, hopefully within the same day, typically within the same day. Sometimes it's an extra day, depending on what's going on. But they'll be on Dubb Support, which is right here. So YouTube, Dubb Support, click on videos. And these are some of the other coaching ones that Darius and Ruben have been doing with the Pro Plus stuff. And then obviously this is the training down here. And then there are little tidbits. Like this one's automate your sales process. It's about 8 minutes. This one's a minute 30 Dubb messaging. So they're broken down out of the live trainings in these little bite-sized parts if you need to consume it. But the whole reason we put this on here is because if you're in a training and there's a certain part of the training where you're talking about something and you kind of want to see it again, you can go right to YouTube and check it out. So, um, so let me pop over here to the dashboard. Okay, so dashboard in here, if anyone in terms of recording, when you've done a dub video, you know now that when you hit record, first 3 seconds, that's the animated GIF. That's your repeating loop. First 3 seconds is what you want to do. And you want to pay attention to context and what's happening. Smile is always a great thing. You should be smiling regardless, and when you start these videos. But you want to think about what is that person seeing? And that's something we really want everyone to focus on because there it is right there. Like that's interesting to someone to see. Hey, holding something up. It's got someone's name on it. All I'm doing here is using the Dubb mobile app on my phone, little whiteboard feature. And the name has always worked good. You could do property addresses in real estate. You could do with coaching and consulting, it could be a question related to the one-on-one or the group that maybe you're sending the video to. Something short and punchy. We were talking about warm leads at the top. If you have a warm lead and you remember the convo and you're reaching back out, have something on the phone that's related to that combo. Still looking, something short that makes sense to that person. And then the last part is just bringing it up into frame, movement to the GIF. Repeat the first 3 seconds, make it interesting. And then the other side of what's recorded here is obviously the virtual background. We were just talking about this. Um, you know, Background back there is really about context. Like for instance, Sarah is given context here. She knows this video is going to be about her. So if you have like an article, property, whatever industry related thing you have behind you, company, website, whatever it is, that's going to give someone a hint and some context before they even click on it, which is what you want. And then when they actually click on it, that's when it's all about going to the customized landing page that we call a preset right here. So it's about getting someone to see, whoa, I want to go from here to there. And that's really what that is. Now, to replicate these recording styles, these are all done from the basic webcam recorder right from within Dubb, both of these, which means you go right in here, red camera icon right up here at the top of the dashboard, click it there. That opens your webcam right here. To do the phone that you just saw, all you have to do is grab the Dubb mobile app on your phone. And again, there's a little whiteboard feature that you can use to do this. People used to hold up pieces of paper and stuff like that. You can still do that if you want to. Hold up a canvas, get really creative. But this right here makes it really easy. So just grab it here, click the little whiteboard button, little square right there, click it there, and then it will open up your typing area. And when it opens up, that's when you just get creative with it. Like I said, you say the name, the statement, the house address, whatever you got, last conversation. Let's see, something like this. Get a little eagle on here. Hey, Rob, just want to reach out and send you this video, something like that. And again, just focus on having it closer to camera so they can obviously read it. You don't want to do it quick like this, it's tough to read. Pause for a second, make the movement. It's about 3 seconds. And then on the virtual background, just click below, click virtual background here, and then just go to your photos, this little tab right here, and then upload any screenshots that you have from your computer, whatever they may be, obviously industry related. And then they're in this little holding area right over here where you can access them. So if it's an article that you want to send someone, like, hey, I don't know if you're aware of this. Look at these numbers right here. And again, I'm pointing in here because my arm's going to disappear if it goes out into the soup. So I kind of want to do it right here. If you have real estate, obviously properties are great to have behind you. You could even hold up the phone with the property address on it. So you could do a double deal with the virtual background and the address on the phone. That's kind of cool. And then if you have a company website within your industry, maybe there's something on their site that you want to point out. And when you do one of these and you start the video, well, they're going to recognize their site and say, hey, what's that person talking about right there? Now you also have on here a teleprompter. We have teleprompters across all the technology with recording. If you haven't used one yet, they're really, really good to keep you efficient. Once you get used to it, might be a little clunky at first, but the more you do it, the more you'll be efficient. You'll get videos done faster, and you'll just be better off in general. Now, if you're doing a short video like, hey, it was great meeting you and stuff like that, you don't need a teleprompter. But if you want to get specific things right, and you have a lot of stats and numbers, and you don't have the photographic memory, you're just you're searching for the words, you're going to end up recording over and over again. You don't want to end up doing that. So it is something to use if you haven't tried it yet. And it's right up here at the top. You can click right in here. This will take you right over to scripting. I can click this button here. It'll take me over under assets and Dubb to scripts, and I can copy and paste the script in here. I could use the AI. I could write it, human by hand if I wanted to. And when you also click up into here, is going to give you other scripts that are already saved in Dubb. And you can also search by name of the script if you want to do that. When it pops down, you're going to have about arm's length distance is pretty good for your eye line. Up here at the top, let the words flow up into where your eyes are. This is going to be the speed, about 190. You're going to hit the play button, see if you like it. And then you can back the text off. You can also zoom it in. Definitely give it a read through. The one thing that when you use teleprompters is you don't want to let the words surprise you. So if you have no idea what you're saying, you might not have the inflection that's intended when you end up doing it. And when you hit record here, it's going to get the 3, 2, 1 countdown. Then you have a little menu down here at the bottom so I can begin recording my video. I'm reading my script, and then I can hit the pause button right here, stop the recording. And then if I want to keep going, I'll just wait a few seconds, okay, reset myself, click it again, and you can keep recording. And then if you want to delete the video, just the red X right in the middle, it'll always ask you, are you sure? It's a nice safe button to say, okay, yes, I'm sure. And then click the blue check mark, and that'll save it into the platform when you do that. So this is a great way to record right from your desktop, right from the computer, sitting right here, direct to camera. This is the way a lot of people record their videos, especially when they're first starting. Now, if you want to nurture someone along, screen recorders are really, really good. For instance, if I wanted to share a website with someone, maybe it's a market update right here in real estate, maybe it's an article, maybe it's a company website, all the different things that we just talked about that could be behind you when you were just using the virtual background. You can also send links to people, but don't just send the link and not be there with them. Why not send the link to the page that you want them to look at, but be on the page with it? And that's what screen recorders are. Whether I want to reach out to Ruben here on LinkedIn or I want to share something on the browser, anything website browser based and you want to use a screen recorder, the Chrome extension is a really good piece of technology to do that. It's right up here at the top. So you can click this here. It's going to open up and it's going to put me right on the page with the story. And that's the whole idea behind this is you're not leaving someone alone to their own devices to review this. You are there pointing out the things that you want them to know about. And for them, it feels like you're there with them. So when you're there, you want to think about placement of your webcam and the shape. So it feels like the part of the page. Circular doesn't feel like it's part of this page. A lot of angular houses, squares. I also don't want to block the information like that because no one's going to see the title on that 3 second GIF. So I'm going to move right next to it. I'm going to drop myself down into a square. Maybe I'll make myself a little bit bigger like this, put myself right next to it. And that's a nice shape and it's a nice placement. Hey, this is Rob. I wanted to send you this quick marketing update. And they're going to see me smiling, pointing, and that's going to be the repeating motion. That's a good setup right there. And then inside the square here, you can frame yourself a little tighter if you want to. You can back it off. You can kind of move up, down, side to side if you want to kind of correct the framing a little bit. You also can go over here and click the drop down menu, and you can do just an audio walkthrough of the page. I think it's better once you know the client to do that because when they're first getting to know you, they want to, hear you and see you. You can also use your headshot if you wanted to use your headshot, if you didn't necessarily want to be on camera. And then you also can do a virtual background right behind here. So just click virtual background and this will show up as a virtual background, just like we did with the webcam earlier. You also have the ability to use an annotation tool right over here. Point some stuff out that you want to point out. There's a little menu bar down here at the bottom, kind of floats at the bottom. And there's you turn your webcam off, jump to full screen, annotation tool, even a teleprompter. If you wanted to use a teleprompter, it's available right here as well. Now, when you use this as a teleprompter, you got to remember, if I was going to hit record right now, the teleprompter is going to have a little bit of space at the top to click on this thing and bring it forward. Because the Chrome extension is browser based, it's going to hide the teleprompter if you don't leave a little bit of space. Now, the last thing about the teleprompter is, see how it says screen, tab, and camera? These three options, screen, tab, camera. When I'm on tab and I hit record, what that means is it's going to get this nice clean cut of the page that I'm on. You won't see any of the tabs open at the top. It'll be nice and clean. The people that watch your video will not see your teleprompter. They won't see it. But if you go screen and you click this option on the Chrome, it's going to get your entire computer screen and this will show up on the screen. So if you're ever going to do your full screen, I think the desktop app is way better and I'm going to show this after this. But I always like to use tab on this one. You could use camera if you wanted to, which opens up a little bit bigger like this. But I think tab's nice because it really focuses them on the page that you're on, pointing these things out. So this is the setup. This is what this looks like right here. Now, with that in mind, to actually record, I'm going to come over here to LinkedIn. My goal is the same. I'm going to share this. Something went wrong. Okay, what went wrong? But I don't want to be a circle. I mean, I don't want to be a square. See how like the LinkedIn uses circles for their profile? I am not going to do that. I'm going to go circle. I'm not going to go square. I'm going to reduce my size, almost match Ruben's here a little bit. So I don't want to cover too much. And now I'm on the page. I'm on their profile. Much more attractive for someone to look at when you're on their profile than not. And I'm going to focus on the GIF, a little wave, a little point. That's going to go a long way. So I'm on my tab option here. I'm going to click record. And now I'm going to choose my tab. There's the page that I want to be on. I'm going to click share. Now I'm going to get my 3, 2, 1 countdown. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. I saw your profile over here on LinkedIn and thought I would reach out to you because I think we have a lot in common. Let's have a chat about something here. What I did was my wave, little look over my wave, that's going to be the repeating motion. And then I just kind of hover over my webcam here, double click, jump to full screen, double click to go back. I can also click the little square down there at the bottom that says expand webcam here, click it again, go back. I can also do it right there, the little square there, click here to go back. A lot of ways to do it, but the point of jumping to full screen is to make a point about something. When you want to stop the presses and be like, okay, listen, this is a really important point. I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to show you. Visually stopping everything is going to kind of stop their sensors and be like, okay, whoa, this is something different. What do they have to say? Now I want to go back to the page. So definitely think about doing that. Be dynamic, scroll around, move, hit the pause button if you want to stop the video. If you feel like, okay, I just said what I wanted to say, I'm a little more regimented, I kind of want to do my things in order, then just hit the pause button and then unpause yourself when you're ready to resume. And then obviously the annotation tool is really, really great to use. All of these annotations, when you're using them, will stay right where they're at. So a lot of times on other things where the annotations are used, they can kind of slide down. Not with the Chrome, they're going to stay right there. So if you continue down, they will stay there. And you can always delete them with the little trash can down the bottom there. It says clear annotations. You can get rid of it right there. So if you want to reach out on LinkedIn, you want to share a website, you want to share someone's company site, an article, anything browser based where you want to be on that circle explaining someone something, this is something that you want to use with the Chrome. I'm going to click the check mark right down here at the bottom, and that's going to save it into Dubb, right into the platform. And then as it does that, I'm going to show you a different screen recorder that we have. And the screen recorder is going to be the desktop app. Now, the desktop app has some different functionality than the actual Chrome extension. Chrome is nice and quick, for those nice quick videos. But when you use the desktop app, it just gives you a little more functionality. So if I click up here, this little D symbol here, I'm going to come down here and click Quick View Menu right here. And then it's going to open up this menu right here for the desktop app. And then I'm going to click Record Screen. And then it's going to open up some options here for you. Now, some similarities with the Chrome, same bubble, same functionality, very similar teleprompter up here at the top, and then the exact same annotation tool over here. Now, if I was to hit record right now, the big red button here, see this red slash right here? This means that if I click record, I'm going to get my entire computer screen, the whole thing. But if I get rid of the red slash, now I've got a little drop down right here. And this is custom, the first one selected, which means I can move this wherever I want to. I can either be part of the video, move myself outside, I'm not part of it, or I can just turn my webcam off like that. And I can also crop around anything that I want to crop around, which is really nice. It could be a website, it could be a document, whatever it is. And then you also have the choice to go YouTube, 16 by 9. There it is right there, landscape. I can also do 9 by 16, portrait, if I want to do a vertical social video right from my desktop. Here's another major difference as well. When I hit record here, 3, 2, 1, here I am recording a video. Here we go. I can pause and resume this video just like we could with the other options. But the check mark here is not going to save it into Dubb like it normally would within Dubb. The check mark here, when I click it, is going to mean, hey, I just recorded a clip. The desktop app records in clips. The Chrome extension is just one video you pause and resume. So clip recording with the desktop app, which enables you to drag and drop videos from your computer. So if you have an MP4 on your computer and you want to make it part of the story here, you can just click drag and drop or click on it and add it right in. You also, every Dubb video that you save into Dubb is downloadable with an MP4. If you ever had a video in Dubb that you want, just download the MP4, make it part of this video right here. And if you want to keep recording, there's three little icons down here to the bottom left. The first one is going to be record screen, which is what we were just doing to get this clip. If I click this button here, it's going to take me right back to where I was. I'm going to click record again. And now I'm just simply recording a second clip. And that's all I'm doing. I'm clipping out here. This is the one I'm going to hit save. There's the clip. And then I can physically move my clips wherever I want to, whatever the order is. I can also click the little three dot menu on each clip and download or delete each individual clip. Now, if I want to keep recording in a different style, I can go down here to the three icons at the bottom, and the middle one is record with webcam. When I click this one, it's going to open up a different visual style, which is the webcam. Maybe this is the middle of my video. Maybe I just want to switch up the style just to talk. I jumped to full screen where we're doing the Chrome. Maybe I just want to have a clip like this really quick where I talk about something directly to camera. And then I can move this, obviously, wherever I want to move it to. The last one here, the icon is Dubb Narrator. And this gives you the ability to play a pre-recorded video inside of the bubble. So instead of hitting record and being live in there when you're recording it and doing your stuff, you can record yourself beforehand and play a pre-recorded version of you in the bubble or a recorded video of someone else or whatever you'd like it to be. So when you click narrator video, it's going to take me immediately inside Dubb to my video library. And then in here, I'm going to put narrator in just because that's the label that I have for a lot of the narrator videos. I'm going to select this one. And now you can see them on the screen right there. And I'm going to hit record and I'm just going to relax and scroll around because I know what I'm talking about. The Dubb platform is built for teams. In the Teams section here, you'll find a series of settings. And you can pause and resume. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with Dubb Narrator. So a lot of options here within the desktop app. Now, once you have your clips in here and they're in the proper order that you want, and you want to combine them all into that one video, just click the edit button all the way to the bottom right, and it's going to start merging these clips together. Now it's one video. And you have the ability to do a little edit down over here to the bottom left. You can drag the timeline wherever you want to. Let's just say I drag it there. I'm going to click the little scissor button here, splits it. I'm going to click delete. Boom, the clip's gone. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, better go back, undo. Thank God, undo, right? And then you just undo this if you have to. And then you also have a little smart cut icon that we've recently added where you can get rid of the silences. So the silences are in pink. I don't have too many in here. I only had one right there. And maybe I want to leave it. So depending on the style of the video that you want to do. This button right here will download the MP4 to your computer. And this button here is going to upload it into Dubb. So it's into the platform. So that's the desktop app. Pretty nuanced. A lot of ability with the desktop app. So I think it's pretty neat. If you haven't used it yet, it's pretty cool. I personally like Dubb Narrator a lot. I like recording my content beforehand, and then I just like just relaxing and scrolling, when I'm doing that. Mobile app wise, if you haven't used the mobile app yet with your recording, it's pretty amazing. If you do a lot of screen recordings, or you do a lot of webcam videos like this, why not switch it up a little bit? These have great cameras, obviously. You can use a little selfie stick to sit it on your desk. You can turn it landscape if you want, landscape version. Walk and talks are really good for this, obviously. We're so used to seeing that now with social media. But they also give a different side of your recording style because a lot of the times when you do screen recording, you're kind of pointing things out and you're talking about stuff. But because you have experience with what you do, there are nice videos to add in where you're walking and say, I just want to make this quick video because I was thinking about this and I think this will really help you. Almost like insight. And it feels a little more personal when you're kind of moving with that and talking about something, minute or less, just something to think about. For the mobile app, this is what this would look like. So I'm going to share my screen here, and this would be the Dubb mobile app here. Now, when you open it up, you're going to see a little blue camera icon right at the bottom if I want to record, and you're just going to tap that button there. And then when you tap it, it's going to open up this screen. Now, it's automatically defaulted. The time at the bottom is defaulted for 1 minute. So if I was to hit record, it's going to cut me off at 1 minute. I usually slide mine over to 10 right away because it'll be sticky. It will remember that you slid it to 10. Every time you open up the mobile app, it'll keep it here. Just so I'm not cut off. You can do other specific times down here if you want to. To record a video, take your finger, tap the little circle at the bottom here, and it's going to start recording. You're going to notice a time down here and a time up here. And then all you have to do is click it again, and there is the clip that I've just recorded. So just like the desktop app, the mobile app is a clip recorder. And the clip has been automatically saved to your photo video area. So I have this on my phone if I need it. I'm going to hit record again. Again, here's my timers, top, bottom. And there's my second clip that I've recorded. Now these clips can be moved around, again, just like the desktop app, except you take your finger here, hold one for a second, slide it, and go back and forth to whatever order you want. It really kind of liberates you to kind of not, I like it where I don't have to record in order. Maybe I just had an idea for the ending of my video I wanted to do, and I want to do that first, just so I have it. You can delete a clip down here at the bottom with the little X down here. And also, when you tap on these clips individually, when I tap on one here, you're going to be able to delete, trim, or edit. If you do click the edit button, it does give you the ability to add music to this clip. You can do text overlay where you can type on here and move the text around wherever you'd like to. You can do a voiceover if you want to. You can speed up the action 2x, 5x, 10x, all within here when you're doing this. Icons over here to the right that are important. Top one's just going to flip your camera around. This one right here is going to be your countdown timer. I always put mine on 3. You can do 10 seconds if you want to, but the 3 seconds kind of mirrors the other recording 3, 2, 1s and all the other tech and dub when you hit record. So it kind of matches the feel and you end up being familiar with that. When you just hit record, there's no countdown. It might surprise you and you're like, oh boy, I've already started. If you want to use your teleprompter right here, this little one right here, click that there, and then go right up into the white area at the top. And when you click in here, that's when you can choose your script that you already have saved into Dubb. Now, the reason you see this funky little writing right here is because I'll give you an example. So if I was going to read this script, right, my eye line is going to be right up here at the top, right up here. But if I wanted to do it landscape and I want to turn my phone like this, the reason I added those little letters there, it could be anything right over here, is because when you turn landscape, the little green button here, when you hit record on your phone, a little green light, is about halfway down with the teleprompter. So that's where your eye technically should be, not up here at the top when it's different when you're vertical. So if you do landscape videos, it's good to have your eye line almost right in the middle. So I always just add just some funky little letters in there just so it starts right around this point right there. Because when you go vertical, you don't need these because your eye wants to be right at the top when it starts. So just something to think about when you do that stuff. Okay, this is auto scroll 1 through 10, the speed, just like you saw with the other teleprompters. 1 through 10. I can adjust it up or down. I can hit the play button to see if I like it. I also, this is way too slow for me, so I'm going to go 9. Speed's a little better there. And then if I want to edit this, I can click the pencil icon right here, make any real-time changes and save it. If you're finding that your eyes are not staying at the top where they need to be when the words are going up, the best thing that you can do is either increase the speed, mine's at 9, so it's pretty quick, or you can grab the guardrails on the side here and just slide it. That way, there's nothing to read right here. You have to stay up towards the top. So just if it's an issue. And then if you're an iPhone user, sorry, Android folks so far, but if you're an iPhone user, it's going to be a little webcam. Now we have a gear icon over here, and you can switch it to auto track, which is right here. Auto track's going to be when I hit record. Now it's going to highlight the words as I speak. Two other important components of team settings in Dubb is roles and groups. Roles refers to the different levels of permissions that you can assign to different roles. And as you can see, it kind of, highlights them as you move. And again, that's auto track. To close the teleprompter, you're just going to tap the X to the top right, and that closes it. If you want to record your physical screen, when you swipe down your phone, hit record, it's going to be this little button right there. If you want to use filters, this button right here, and then you can do black and white, skin smoothing. You can do all kinds of different colors. Get kind of, hey, let me send you this scary video, that kind of stuff if you want to have some fun with it. And then this button right here is picture in picture. Very popular real estate, folks. But in general, if you want to show what's in front of you, it utilizes both cameras. You can do something like this and be on the screen. So I click this here, hit record, and now I'm going to show physically what's in front of me, and I'm going to be on my screen as well. So I can make myself bigger, smaller. I can talk about it, move off to the side. A lot of kind of cool stuff you can do while you're showing what's in front of you, and you're narrating it through as well. Last one here is virtual background. Everything that we showed on the webcam in the beginning, you can do the same thing on your phone. Just screen grab someone's profile, article, company website, whatever you feel is relevant. Click this here, and then it'll bring you to your photo video area. When you select this button here, pull up the photo that you want. Hey, I want to talk to you about this property. Hey, check out this article right here, at this point right here, and then kind of frame yourself. So, you can get creative with the framing if you want to do that when you're doing it. And then when you're done and you want to combine all these clips into one video, you can click the blue button at the top. It'll merge them all into one video. You'll have that finished video automatically on your phone, so you'll have it. And then there'll be another button to upload it into Dubb. And at that point, you can even do burned in captions if you wanted to do that as well. So those are the different recording options, very, diversified in terms of just the style, webcam, screen recorders, mobile, all really good in terms of how you really want to make an impact visually. And then once you save the video into Dubb and you save it into the platform, then it's all about the page that the video is going to be on. So when you save it into Dubb, I'll give you an example here when a video is saved, right? Let's take this one here. It's going to bring you to this page here, the video edit page. You save it into Dubb, here's where you are. And if you want to preview what this video looks like that you've recorded on a customized landing page called a preset, just click this little button here and it opens up in a new window. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's about someone seeing this, clicking on it, and then landing on the customized page called a preset. That's what that's about. So when you get here, there's some elements here that are important. One is going to be your branding. It's going to have your logo at the top, an image behind the video player itself that just kind of pokes out from behind. You're going to have the video that you recorded, and you're going to have playlist videos. They're going to play directly after the video that you've recorded. It's a seamless transition to the next video. The power of the playlist videos is more information for the person, but also really saves you your time and energy in terms of saying the same thing over and over. You could record one video one time, minute or less, about what you do with your product or services or your outreach. And then when you do a personal video for someone or one video to a group of people, you don't have to include their, hey, this is what I do, blah, blah. Focus on them. And then the video after that will run right after talking about you and why someone should work with you. Then you have buttons below, the action buttons, the CTAs, call to actions. What do you want someone to do once they've consumed the video that you've sent them? I mean, do you want them to book a time in your calendar? Do you want them to send you an email? Do you want them to download a document or a contract? Do you want them to fill out a form? Have a link to an external form, visit your website, call or text. Call or text will only show up on mobile, though. Those two buttons won't show up here, only on mobile. Do you want them to reply with video? This is an amazing button. Reply with video kind of has a dual purpose. The first one, not so many people do, but I always throw it out there sometimes. If I'm making a video and my number one thing is book a time in my calendar, sometimes I'll say, hey, thanks for watching this video. You can click the book a time with Rob button below, book a time in my calendar. Also, if you want to, you can click the reply with video button. If you want to send me a video right back, let me know your thoughts or questions. That happens rarely that it happens, but it does happen, but it's not super consistent. The main use case for reply with video is just video testimonials. You don't have to meet your clients in Zoom, get them edited. Just send them a video with reply with video below, ask for a video testimonial, and then all they have to do is put their email in, name. They don't have to download anything. And when they send it back to you, that's when you can place it right here in the playlist. And this is what a lot of people do in terms of this trifecta right here. Personal one-to-one or one-to-many video you create, followed by a video about you and why someone should work with you, followed by testimonials that people can see. So if you have written testimonials from your clients, maybe think about just doubling back with them and say, listen, really appreciate that testimonial you sent with me. Could I get a video version of it? Depending on the relationship you have with the client. And then if you want reviews, it's the same thing where you record a heartfelt, video. Listen, would love to get reviews from you. It would mean the world to our business. All you have to do is click the buttons below for the different review sites, and it'll take you right there. If you just take a couple minutes to leave some reviews, it makes a huge difference. And then those call to action buttons below would be the different links to the different review sites, where they can leave a review. And then the last part of this page is Sia, our sales interactive assistant, right over here to the right. And the reason Sia is pretty cool is because a lot of times people, when you send them a video, maybe they have questions still. And granted, they're going to book a time with you. Maybe they'll get the answers to those questions, obviously, but maybe they have some questions in the interim before they do that. This really helps with that. SIA has up to 20 FAQs that you can create, the most, commonly asked questions people have. They also can interact with SIA by asking SIA a direct question. And then SIA will give an answer that's nice, short, to the point, and will also ask for information at the end. Now, this is defaulted for email, but you can collect email, name, phone number. And if you have all that information, you can just uncheck those inside SIA, and SIA will push for whatever your CTA is. So if it's book a time, it'll say right down here, are you ready to book a time with Rob? Or whatever you want that to be. And SIA is educated by resource links, websites links that you put inside SIA. Also, you can load up a PDF with all kinds of information about what you do. So SIA is highly educated on everything. And we have a full training on that, but SIA is a really great thing to have on your preset in terms of just being able to really take it to the next level. Now, back over here on the edit page, there's a little drop down right here, and it's presets that we have. There's just a little bit here. We have tons of presets. This one says, Rob's, this is my default preset. So whenever I create a video, it's always going to have these assets, these videos, these buttons, everything, every time I record automatically, unless I change it. Like I could come in here and I could completely change this if I wanted to. So if I wanted to click on this here, and I'll search in here, I'm going to put real estate in. That's a different preset. I'm going to choose this one. And as soon as I click on it, Dubb is going to change everything about the page that you just saw automatically because I already have that preset set up. So when I preview it in a new window, boom, it looks totally different. House in the background, different player color, different videos, different buttons down here, all because I adjusted the preset, which is right here for this specific video. So when you think about presets, think about breaking up your audience into groups in terms of speaking right to them. If I was in consulting, I would definitely have candidates and employers because I'm reaching out to both. I would have a page for each one of those. Same thing for mortgages, real estate, any group that you have with your audience, it can be broken up and spoken to directly. That's really the power of the preset. And when you get on a paid plan, we'll help you set it up. Buttons, pages, all that good stuff. And then on this page here, you're obviously going to have your tracking for your video. No activity just because we haven't sent the video anywhere, but if we did, we do have the ability to drill down on what we want to see more of. Is it obviously video watches are great. Who watched it? How much did they watch? What's the watch rate? What's the percentage that they saw the video? That really tailors your follow-up depending on what they saw. And then you also have our little digital coach here called Kyra, where it's going to give you feedback on cadence, filler words, persuasiveness, jargon, empathy, all this good stuff right down here. You also have details on this video right here. It's going to remind you, hey, these are the buttons below the video. These are the videos after the video that you've created. And if I want to make some changes here, I can. That will be saved. Even if I sent the video to someone, and I make the changes after where I delete or add a new video or a button, those will show up on the other side when it refreshes. You also can edit a video in here. It looks like it's still transcoding, but the editor is just like the one you saw within the desktop app. You can split, cut, undo, all that good stuff. Here's the design tab where you can generate from this video a different first 3 seconds if you want to. Remember how I said at the beginning, you hit record, it's the first 3 seconds, and you can change that? You can right in here. You can also upload your own thumbnail. It's just that for efficiency purposes, it's nice to just know that it's going to be the repeating GIF and be prepared for that when you do it. That way you don't have to waste time with the editing. But you can do that if you want to. Now you recorded a video, you got it on a preset, customized landing page, and now you want to send the video out. So to send it, you're going to come right over here. You're going to open up a compose window. You always want the word video in the subject line. A little bit of text in here to describe on someone on why they should watch the video. And then to add the video in, there's two ways. So one is going to be with the direct integration shortcut with the Chrome. See the little Dubb button down here? When you have the Chrome extension logged in and pinned, inside Gmail, this little button will be right here. And inside Outlook 365, it'll be like off to the right with add-ins. And when you click this button, it's going to open up the Chrome extension, unless there's something wrong today, which apparently there is. Looks like we got a little bug. But normally what will happen is your video library will show up here to the right. And then all you do is just insert the video and it'll drop it right in here. But another way to do it, as we have a case, we have a bug right now. How do we do that? Well, we go back over to the video page here. And whenever you save a video into Dubb, it's a big blue share and send button. So click this here. It's going to open up here. You can put your email of the person you're sending it to get that contact level tracking. And then if I want to add some personalization text, I just type it here, click copy for email, and then just come back over here and just paste it in, just like that. And if I was doing LinkedIn, just connect with the person first. That way they see the GIF. If you try to send a video with a connection request, it will only be a link. It won't be that nice GIF. Just connect with them, click message, and then you can just drop it in here like that. Same option you had here, click the Chrome extension or copy and paste. And then Ruben will see this, which is much better than seeing this stuff, which is all just text. So much better option. And then the last part in here obviously is CRM stuff. So if you have a CRM that you really love, like a, a HubSpot or a Salesforce or a Go High Level or a Follow Up Boss, we have a lot of integrations with all these companies. So you can have your workflows in there and you can just add video. If you do want to use Dubb as a CRM, you can just upload your contacts, CSV file, you do tasks, deals, tags. You can also do campaigns within Dubb, bulk email and SMS sends. And we do have automation available. It is part of our Pro Plus plan that Darius teaches, where you can get a campaign that's going to go out. And when the campaign goes out, there's going to be a little bit of a time delay. Maybe the first, like a drip email, drip goes out. Maybe it's a 1 hour delay, a couple hours, maybe it's a day, maybe it's hour, whatever you decide. And then you can also add some actions to it where if someone does something specific, like they clicked on a button or they just viewed the page or they watched the video itself, they'll be taken down different routes with different videos. So you can set all that up. And again, that's part of our Pro Plus. Now, within the dashboard, if you are using ChatGPT to do your writing, we have our little version of that right here inside the dashboard called Iris. Same kind of machinery on the back end. We have prompts down here that I think everyone's used to doing now. So all you have to do is choose a prompt, and let's see, it's better for sales than text. And then up here at the top, here's what we've added. So right here, we've added a profile feature. When you click this here, you're going to notice that mine says basic and sales. When we looked at the landing pages, the presets, how we talked about you want to have a preset for your specific audience. If I was in mortgage, I had VA loans and FHA loans. I would create here VA profile, FHA profile. Then I can click on either one when I create it. And what Ira is basically doing is asking questions about this outreach and is learning about this specific outreach. And then you can choose your preferred tone of communication. Maybe it's different, depending on the audience. And then you also can do the charm method of writing, which is a little structure that we put together where it can be opening with a hook, reinforcing, social proof, motivating to take action. You can apply that or you can uncheck it if you want to. And that way, when you're getting ready to write email copy or script copy, and it's for a specific part of your audience, and you've already created profiles for that, then you can just check the one you want, and Ira's going to remember all the information that you added in there about that. So when I hit compose, it's going to be very targeted in terms of that audience. Now, once I have the copy back, I can have this read back to me in a voice if I just want to hear it. Sometimes it's good to have that. You can copy to a clipboard, put it into a doc. You can also import it directly to scripts, which is right over here under assets, right there. And what we do is we come up with an idea, or Ira comes up with an idea, or many of them. Put it in here, give it a human pass, save it to our scripts within Dubb, and then we load it into a teleprompter, and that's when we record our video. And that's a very seamless kind of workflow that we kind of have. Now, if you want to import this to a voice video with AI, let's say you don't want to be on camera, you don't want to use your voice for that day, but you don't want to send just a regular SMS, kind of just text message. You want something a little bit more. You can upload a photo over here to the right, and then you can choose an AI voice down here at the bottom. And then you can just hit preview, and you're going to see when you send this thing out, it's going to be the image someone sees. The animated GIF will be the image and a little waveform motion that comes across the screen as the voice speaks. That's what that will look like. You can go full avatar if you want to, right over here to the bottom. Import to avatar video. We have a whole library of avatars that you can use. We also have a little area here where you can create your own as long as you have a good description in here. Then you have your script here. You choose a voice. When the asset's created, you can download it. It takes a little bit of time to create, but once it's done, you can put Ava here in an email drip campaign if you wanted to, or a bulk send. You can also use Ava in a screen video where Ava's inside the bubble walking someone through something. So it really depends on what your goal is in terms of your audience and what that video is all about, which is really big. So okay, so let me pop over here to our little Q&A here. Michael Lucas, 1.5. I'm trying to switch from just me to screen share back to just me. Is that possible? Yeah, so Michael, let me put you on if you'd like to say hello. Just unmuted you if you want to say hi.
Hey, you already answered, so you answered that one.
Oh,
Um,
nice. What, going to full screen then going back?
yeah,
Oh, nice. With the Chrome, have you recorded any videos with those yet?
I have with the extension, I get a little lost going from the desktop to the Chrome extension, but I'm figuring it out, just trying to do more and more to understand it.
Yeah, I'll show you. Basically, when you always want to think about Chrome, just think browser-based, website-based, quick website-based stuff. So if you want to share this browser page, you want to reach out on LinkedIn, anything within the browser, Chrome is really good for that. So when I click Chrome, which is the little button right here, and again, we have a little bug today. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's a Friday bug. But anyway, when you record this stuff, let me see if it lets me record. It might not. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So there you go. You're on here, right? So it's physical website stuff. Boom, you're on the page. It's quick. You're right here. Okay. Now, the desktop app is just imagine like a drone flying over everything. The desktop app kind of flies over everything. The Chrome is caught within the browser. And it's one video you pause and resume. So if I'm recording, I can stop it and pause, but there's no clips. like there is with the desktop app. So if you're thinking quick website shares, open the Chrome, hit record, boom, you got it right here. If you want to get a little more specific, like let's just say I was on LinkedIn, right? But I didn't want to get the whole tab here. I wanted to maybe just get one part of this, okay? That's where I'd use the desktop app, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go up here, open up the desktop app. I'm going to click record screen. And let's just say I want to get a certain part of this page, not all of it. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to click custom. And now I can crop around stuff. See? So maybe I just want to get this portion right here where I'm like this. And when I do this, I only want to get this frame right here. I'm going to bring myself over. Here we go. Just like that. I'm going to bring myself on the screen. And now it's a little tighter of a frame. So when I hit record, it would be like this. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. Listen, I saw your profile here and wow, a lot of cool stuff. I want to talk to you a little bit about this. So when I hit save here, this is how the video is much tighter. See the frame?
Yep.
So you have more nuance with the desktop app. And again, you can record in clips too. So you can really clip out the different scenes because maybe I open with this, but then I click the webcam little button down here, and it's almost like jumping to full screen, but you're not, you know? Like I could say, hey, Ruben, listen, the reason I'm reaching out is I really want to get into this, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing my thing. Click save. And that's my second clip. So when I merge these together into the one video, you hit the play button, and then it's going to drag it right into the next video, just like that. See? So there's just
Okay.
some,
So the best practice would be if you're, so I'm essentially explaining Excel spreadsheets to folks.
hmm?
Um, so the best practice would be to clip it on the desktop.
Yeah, I mean, like if you don't want to, the reason I like clipping is because when you clip something, it's done. And you don't have to, whereas if you pause, like say I did a really good, I was doing my video, I'm using Chrome, I'm pausing. Okay, great, I got that awesome. I do my next one, I pause again, cool. And then I mess up on the third one. You'd have to go back and editing after, which is fine. People do that. They save it into Dubb, they go to the edit, it's not complicated, and they just get rid of it. But when you do the desktop app and you're recording in clips, once you hit the clip, then you're like, okay, I got it, no matter what. You know what I mean? And if you mess up
Yep.
on the next clip, you can just delete that clip and you don't lose the one that you just did. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And then it also allows me to save a demo forever and then just add my face as it changes through the years, right?
Yeah, you can any video that you have, you can always pull that up and then just frame it around the video with the desktop app and your little bubble there and just replace it on the top. Yeah.
Cool.
And Michael, if you want to, we have, let me just put this in here. When you're playing with this, here's this email. We put it in before, but it's feedback@dubb.com. I'm putting it in the chat. Try one of these videos, like do an Excel one and just send it over to us and pretend like we're the client.
Okay.
If you want to do a short one, just so we can give you feedback on it. But I would use the desktop app because if you have Excel, I mean, you can really get, depending on how you have it, you know what I mean? Like if you have an Excel spreadsheet here, right? You could take the Dubb record screen, use the crop feature, obviously, right? Just crop it
Yep.
where you want it, if you want the title in there or anything like that. And then, like I said, when you do this stuff, definitely make sure you use the annotation tool too. It's kind of cool when you're pointing, if you with your teaching, if it makes sense. Because when you hit
Yeah,
record,
it totally does.
I'll hit record. Here's my clip. Here we go. Now, a little note about the annotation tools with the desktop app. Unlike Chrome, if you were to scroll, they're going to follow you down. So I would use this stuff, make your points, and then just delete it right here with the trash can. Give it a few seconds. You point it out, boom, then just delete it and then keep moving on. But when you're clipping, see, this is a clip I have, and now I have it. Doesn't matter if I screw up. If I go right back here at the bottom to record screen, which takes me right back to where I was, if I want to do another clip on this page, if I hit record here and I'm doing my thing, hey, now this part of Excel is really important. You want to know what the columns here, blah, 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 blah. And if I mess up, then I just click the check mark here. There's the clip I screwed up on. I can just hit the three dots and hit delete and then just go right back. It's much easier to do, I think. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah. So just send us a test and then I'll give you feedback, Michael, if you want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely will.
Was there something else you had? I think you had Outlook, right? Is there a way to change The settings of the GIF with an Outlook. When I send an email, thought Outlook 365, the Dubb logo is giant. It seems fine for Gmail. So the logo, what do you mean by the logo, Michael? As far as that?
Powered by Dubb.
Oh, you mean at the bottom? Like
Yep.
the landing page?
Yeah.
I think that is I think you can go right in here. You can shut it off. There's are you on a free trial, Michael, or you on a paid plan?
I'm paying.
Yeah, you should yeah, you'll be able to do that. You should go, I think it's in here, settings. I think it's customization. Right here, branding. Disable Dubb branding and partner. It's right in here. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Embed. Is it the embed? You can just click. It's one of these here. Disable
Okay.
Dubb branding partner revenue on bed. Disable Dubb branding partner on video widget. That's just the widget. Um, that showcase pages. I would just click these in here, and then you should be good.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just refresh and see if it does it. But yeah, you should be able to get rid of that right there. And that was um, settings. Go to settings. It brings you here. Click on customization, and then I'll do the whole thing again so you can see it. So picture, settings, your settings, and then go to customization. That brings up this page, and then go to
Okay.
um, branding right here, and then it's these two, I think, right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Unless this one's not, I have it checked here, so yeah, just check the ones that are not, and then
Okay.
just refresh it, and then it should be gone. Yeah. You don't want that giant Dubb thing at the bottom? No kidding.
Not
Hey,
when I'm
Dubb!
shrinking the
Yeah, no,
video.
I get it. I get it. No, I totally get it. And then, I was talking to Patrick about this, which he obviously knows, and I think everybody here, the 30% recurring commission. So if you do share Dubb, or if someone, you're just doing your thing, but someone, just asks about it, because that happens sometimes where people are like, hey, I just sent me the video. Right here in the Dubb dashboard, just click apply now, and then it gives you this little referral link right here. And then you can share that for a 30% recurring. And if you ever, one of the things that we do a lot, I just did this yesterday. If you have a Dubb partner that where you have a group together for a webinar or a little group thing, that maybe you have a list of contacts, and you're like, hey, listen, there's a tool that we use. We want to talk about this. You can always set it up, and then I can come in and pitch to the group, and just have your referral link.
Cool.
Yeah. Any other questions, Michael? Anything else on your mind?
Oh no, this has been great.
Cool. And this will be on YouTube in a couple hours. So if you want to go back to this exact point, just go to YouTube and put in Dubb support, which is right up here. Put in videos, and then it should be right up here at the top or along here, right in there. Yep. Cool.
Perfect.
Well, yeah, go ahead, Michael. Did you have something else?
No, I'm just saying thank you.
No, perfect. Thank you. No, thanks for believing in us, man, and doing your thing. Anybody before we go? We're at the top of the hour. Any kind of last things before we head out from anybody? Before we head out? For the weekend? Just kidding, not the weekend, not yet. Well, it was good having everybody here. Thanks again for joining me during the week, and see you on Monday. Hope everyone has a good
Hey,
weekend.
Rob, quick
Yeah.
question. When you sign up for registration for these webinars, whenever you want them, is there a way to just do the day that that you can actually attend the webinar instead of getting links every single day that it's happening?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Somebody had asked that, but unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just wondering, because so what I'll do is I'll just unsubscribe and then resubscribe when I want to actually do it probably.
Yeah, I guess that'd probably be the easiest way, or just ignore them. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
somebody had asked that before, and there wasn't a way to switch it. But yeah,
Okay. Just
yeah.
curious. Cool.
Cool. Well, good
Thank
seeing
you.
you,
Have a
Holly, and
great
everybody else.
weekend.
You
Thanks for
too.
your help.
You're very welcome. Bye, guys.